Welcome, everyone, to Wormhole Extremists. We're really excited for this one. My name is David Reed. I'm with Nicole Rodriguez-Galdo.
Hello.
And Yvie Cahill.
Greetings.
Greetings. Yvie, you're a little tall. Can you tilt your camera up just... Oh, well, that works.
Or she can just sit
Certainly
back.
can.
Okay.
I was just sitting forward and leaning on the desk.
Of course you were.
Being a bit lazy.
You're leaning in because of the excitement.
I am very excited for these two episodes for sure.
Yeah.
Do you guys have some chocolate on standby for snackies?
I should have some Easter chocolate. Happy Easter to
Yeah.
everybody.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Easter.
Who celebrates.
Easter eggs.
So, yeah.
I'm not hugely religious, but it's a good excuse to eat chocolate, like
great
Halloween.
excuse.
Well,
eat
like you
chocolate.
need one. I've decided to go for my sort of like genetically engineered seedless grapes. In honor of the fifth race.
There we go.
I love
That's my
it.
favorite kind of grape
I love
right there.
it.
The green
I know
grapes.
the green ones are so good.
They are so
Why
good.
They're like really
What?
crunchy.
What? I'm sorry. Immediately start green.
Yes.
What's wrong with
Ew.
green?
Purple.
Green is
The
the
red
best.
grapes,
The purple,
red
the
grapes
green
forever.
ones
No.
have a little bit of a tartness to them that the purple ones don't.
I just
So-
get
Yeah,
the
the
green
green
ones
ones
for
are
the
nasty.
crunch. We
Well,
get these ones.
There you go.
Our
in a
red
s-
ones are really crunchy.
Well, you
Okay,
eat all
I
the
like
red
them
ones.
crunchy.
We're gonna eat
I like the
green
green.
ones. So
You
Very
guys,
nice.
you guys coming over to the UK, and I'm going to do a damn great taste test with you two and knock some
Oh,
sense.
absolutely.
Hilarious.
Unacceptable.
You're like offering us those little like cubes, like Thor.
Yeah,
like those
All
little,
right.
like,
the yellow ones.
I prefer I like the yellow ones.
Yeah.
All right. So fifth race and A Matter of Time we're covering in this
Mhm.
episode. Real big episode. The first one in
very
terms
juicy.
of historic significance to the mythology of the franchise. We get
Yes.
the name of a certain race that we've never technically truly seen, and I think it's the perfect ending of any Stargate episode with Jack on the ramp saying, "I think we're going to be all right." So you guys,
Yes, agreed.
before we get in,
I was going to say, you remembering to do the pictures.
that I considering how I've been behaving so far. Are we really surprised that I don't have that
Have
ready to
you
go
put
online?
your head into one of those ancient
I think
repositories?
I've
Yeah.
lost
Yeah.
the flatus to speak properly. So,
The quotes, guys.
Well
This is-
done.
I'm not going to lie, this banter is very entertaining for me.
All right, you ready to pull
Loving
up
Yes.
the fifth race?
Yes.
There we go.
Let's pop these images into my
Oh
front.
wow, that is so cool. It looks like the back of RDA,
It does.
It does look like the back of
and
RDA.
even the
That's really good.
uniform.
Uh-huh.
Like the jacket looks
With the ticking and everything.
pretty
Yep.
bang on. Yeah,
Yeah.
Damn.
Adam did a really good job.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Roswell Greys.
Roswell
Appropriately
Greys.
looking and
They don't look
creepy.
as friendly as our Asgard.
They look creepier, but the AI
No.
did its
But
job.
yeah,
so,
no, it's totally believable.
yeah.
Absolutely.
God,
I take that.
and I'm not seeing any of the strings or the little
Cables?
dowels
Oh yeah.
because that's,
No puppet
that's
devices?
a little mistake that's in towards the end of the fifth race. You can see.
No!
Wow. Well, let's
Yeah.
please point that out as we get to that. 'Cause
I
don't
will,
recall
I
that at
will.
all.
I
All right.
I will.
You ready for A Matter of Time?
Yes.
Check it out.
Yes.
Jesus.
Wait, are we fifth race or Matter of Time first?
Matter of Time now.
Oh, sorry. I'm talking about the episode, idiot. You meant the
Yep.
image.
There are two
Oh, wow.
images. Your husband did work hard on these.
This is
Let's remember
so
that.
cool.
So I think I've put my head in one of the.
Yeah. Am I the only one whose brain's working today? My brain is mush today, and somehow I'm functioning.
That
Yeah.
accretion disc.
Wow.
This is a great image. Did Adams have to slap that Stargate together? Or was it
I think
behaving?
he might.
I think he's
might
pulled
have
it from a
actually
previous one.
pulled it from a previous
Yeah,
image.
he has.
It was
He's starting
Adams-
to
it
build
was-
assets.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
he's doing great.
David's golfing one.
Yeah.
It was your golfing through the Stargate
That
image.
damn
I think
gate.
he's taken the gate from that, but obviously he's changed the event horizon. It's
Yeah.
now
He's got
swirly.
SG-13. Is it No, it's SG. Is it SG-13?
Is it-
No.
It's 10 SG-10 or
Is it
SG-11?
SG-10?
Yeah.
I guess we'll
think
find
it
out
might
in
be
45
I was going to
minutes.
say SG-12, but then I was pulling that window of opportunity, so that was
Yeah,
the wrong
window
one.
of opportunity is SG-12.
Yeah.
I know it's Colonel Boyd's team. I know that.
I know. Yeah,
Um,
he says it so
I
many
love
times.
the event horizon on the Stargate. I mean, look at that. It looks
Yeah.
like
I was going to
seeing-
say, I think that's one of my
It
favorite parts of this
does.
image, is the way that's
It
going.
looks quite electric. Like it looks like there's some current running
it's being
through it.
it's being funneled. I mean,
Yeah.
like we're
Yeah.
facing it directly from above.
I'm not used to seeing a black hole with the kind of like hole so evident, the creature just kind of going in. It's different from what I
Yes.
usually see
Yeah,
at black
it's
holes.
cool.
But I like it. It's cool.
It
It's
is
really cool.
cool.
I mean,
It
on the
is very
Stargate
cool.
itself, there's kind of like some
Yes.
pulling activity too. So,
It's pulling
It's definitely
on
pulling.
both really beautifully, but that is pulling.
so what?
Well, that's beautiful.
So well done, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Very good. All right, gang.
Good
That
job.
gravity on that wormhole.
Are you ready to get started for the 5th race?
Yes,
Yes.
now I'm ready to get started for the
Okay.
5th race.
I've been
Let's go
ready the whole
ahead
time, guys,
and pull this one up. So 5th race. Whoops. All right. I am ready to go. If y'all are ready to go.
Yes.
We
Okay.
are ready.
So I hope y'all out there are ready to go because we're going to go ahead and get started now in 5, 4, 3. Welcome to the Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Nicole
Hello.
and Yvie,
Hello.
and this is the 5th race.
Immediately, awesome that they're referencing Torment of Tantalus.
Absolutely.
Love the throwback.
Meaning of life stuff.
Yes.
We're building on what came before. I think it's cool that Daniel's using an overhead, and there are color images, which means that he's got these
I know.
translucent. I mean, you can't really. They just don't exist anymore.
No, I remember those back in my school days.
Absolutely.
Same. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm in a similar position, Evie. Don't worry.
Oh, showing my age.
I'm showing my age now because some kid asked me what that was the other day, and I said, I don't want to talk to you about that.
Oh,
He'll know-
really?
Yeah.
He'll know what this language sounds like before the end of the episode.
Yeah. This is just so exciting. Like Stargate really does take a while to build on its stuff, but it takes like it takes its time nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy.
Agreed. Just checking. Are you guys just over a minute?
We're at 1 minute and 20
Yeah.
seconds.
Yep.
20 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
I am I'm a little bit behind.
That's okay. Get back on.
Yeah, we're at 30 now. I love this room. If you look, it has the same ancient kind of lines that the Stargate does. So it's all the
Yeah.
same
That was a
technology.
solid. Sorry, I love that line about
No, it
the
is a
walls
great
being
line.
solid.
And the curvature of the
Oh.
floor.
Yeah. So we do obviously learn a lot of different things in this episode. So the ancients are mentioned for the first time.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. The Furlings are also mentioned for the first time by name. And apparently this name was made up by Robert C. Cooper, but some of the fans thought it was an anagram for fun girls, which I've never heard before. If you rearrange it, it spells fun girls.
I never thought of that. I've never heard of
What
that.
the hell?
And
All right.
this is the first of a few episodes featuring the repository of knowledge, because we
Yep.
see it again, obviously, in the Lost City Part 1, and
then
we see
something
like
like
a
it in 10?
version of it in season 10 in the Quest Part 2 and the Shroud.
Yeah.
This is so
I
cool.
just this is really, I love that they just go and it's just a room. And
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what
Yeah,
do
it
we
has
do?
a singular purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is so
Uh,
cool.
Yeah, it is very cool.
I was thinking
I
that
think-
it was going
I
to like
think you're,
stab his eye or something.
Mm.
Yeah. I think your collection of Stargate memorabilia is missing this. That would be so cool in the wall
Yeah,
behind
the dang
you.
head sucker.
It would be really cool.
I'd love to start one of these streams with David like with his head in the head sucker, and we're like, David, get out of there! You don't want it.
So what are your thoughts, guys, on this device? Do you think it was selective, like it recognized Jack's ancient gene, or would it have worked on any of them except for Tilk?
I think it wouldn't. Yeah, it's because Daniel was going to use it in Lost City, so any human can use it.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't because he's a Jaffa, for sure.
Yeah.
So that's why
I do like
Daniel's
the fact that
arguing with him. Let me do it because any human can apparently.
The ancient
Yeah.
gene doesn't come up until like so much later. It's a great convenience, that Jack has got to happen to do it,
Yes.
and he also has the ancient genes. If not, like if Daniel done the head sucker, then he would not have been able to power the chair in Antarctica. So yeah.
So the other points that we learn in this episode is that 8 symbols and a massive amount of energy can dial up a different galaxy.
Yep.
This is also the most referenced episode in all of the Stargate clip shows.
That's a fantastic point to bring
Which
up.
is
That's
cool.
really cool. Yep.
And Brad Wright once referred to this episode as the closest to the quintessential Stargate episode of the earlier seasons.
I agree. Yep.
But I think in a Robert C. Cooper interview with David, he said that he kind of wasn't expecting it. There was like no indication, like production or post-production, that this was going to be like a killer episode.
Yeah, they got that a lot.
Really?
Like during production for instance, Window of Opportunity, Peter DeLuise said that they were having an off week. You know, like the energy
Seriously?
wasn't feeling right. And then all of a sudden it just explodes. So, you know, you can't predict what fans are really going to
see. Even when they're not crushing it, they're crushing it.
Really fall in love with.
They're so talented.
Uh-huh.
It's annoying. I wish I was that talented to have an off week and somehow make it work.
Yeah.
Well, you said your brain wasn't working this morning, and you're on fire at the moment. So
right.
Yeah.
So you can do the work. And there he goes. He's already drawing.
Keep an eye on that drawing, because there's a little bit of a goof at about 7
I know
minutes
the goof.
and 15
I
seconds.
know it. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
he rips up the top page of his notepad, and there's still a drawing underneath it. Like they've had to do
several iterations,
a couple of pages of the same drawing just in case they need to do multiple takes.
Yeah. Super annoying.
Sorry, it's at 7 minutes and 15.
Okay.
Maybe he just drew it several times. That's always been my excuse.
Or maybe he's using like a really
the
heavy
image.
Sharpie so that it's going through the pages.
It's bled through. Yeah.
Exactly.
That sounds like a Jack thing. Let's waste the whole tablet.
It does.
I looked, it grabbed me.
It's so rude.
Can we go home? He's got some Simpsons to watch.
Yeah. I like that in Lost City, he's like, right, I'm going to go home and watch The Simpsons because I'm going to die soon, maybe.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what he wants to do.
Enjoy.
I mean, to be fair, if on my last day, if I knew it was my last day, I'd be like, right, where's Stargate? Find me an episode.
Not sure what I'd watch for my last movie. That's an interesting... Oh, Cruvis.
I actually really like that there's no music or anything. Like, it's just all silent.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's some, but it's like very quiet.
Well, now there
like
is, but
noise.
when he said Cruvis, there wasn't.
Yeah.
I think the original implication is that he doesn't hear that he said the wrong word.
Yeah.
But later
just sounds
on,
right in his head.
He is aware that he said the wrong word, but it just comes out before he can correct himself. So
what I love here is Daniel and Jack's banter carries through so beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because when it happens again, it's almost identical. The way they're just, doing it, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Anytime they have to work together to translate things, it's very funny. Oh, we'll see it now.
Keep an eye.
Yeah, keep an eye on the pad. Oh, you took it, and oh, look, there it is.
Look.
I can't tell what kind of a pen. I think it's a Sharpie. So yeah.
I thought it was like a standard like Bic biro.
It could have been.
Yeah.
I know that it's not from a form of biodegradable ink that hasn't been invented yet.
Yes.
That's from 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically,
it is
2001. But anyway.
Oh my god, that cup is just.
Oh, absolutely, and that's a Jack. That's a Rick thing.
Wearing
Rick
it on
wanted
the
a really
outside.
big one.
Well, he doesn't want Tilt to hurt him, so
Yeah.
Well, you got to protect your asset size.
Exactly.
I like the Teal's like, this isn't fun. What are you doing?
You got to move around.
You got to dance. Are we prepared to dance or do battle?
So a little bit of point of interest, the origin of the word Kozars. So apparently it does have Latin roots, but online someone suggested that it may have been borrowed from the surname of an NFL player, Bernie Kosar, who was plagued with knee injuries, but I don't know how true that is.
If it is true, that's very smart. I like that.
Oh.
I mean, it was good. It was good.
I wish they boxed more, or Jack tried to get Teal to box in more scenes. This was great. The nose bleeding is my nose bleeding is an ad lib.
Yeah. Yeah.
Benji Kozars.
What's Kozar's? Is it legs or knees? It's legs, right?
Yeah, knees. Oh, you would legs or knees, yeah.
I think yeah.
You can't exactly bend your knee.
Yeah, legs. Aha.
I love his crazy hair. It's just standing up in all directions.
Springing out, yeah.
His performance in this episode is great.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it really, when this guy was forced to really act, he could act, you know?
Yeah. Oh, he can act his pants off for sure.
Yeah. Window of Opportunity is a weird continuation of this. Because you've got like Teal'c and Jack have just walked in with a translation issue.
See, that apparently he recognized at that time he was saying the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So maybe he's picking it up now.
But also, if they're looking at him funny, he's like, "Oh shoot, I did."
That's true. He may just be like,
it
was fallacious.
Sounds like a fart.
That's flatulence.
Yeah, I know, but it sounds very similar. Maybe I should use that now instead of fart or flatulence. Oh, say it. Did it say like New Anion Creators or something?
Be Quabideum, yeah.
Damn, that's it, yeah.
Place of our, this is,
Piece of our leg.
We are the ancients. This is our legacy.
Ancients.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's doing something for me.
Speak ancient.
Yes.
Are you getting more and more attracted to Jack the more languages he speaks?
Oh, I don't think that's possible.
Braun. Yeah, look at that.
Braun. Yes.
So funny.
Such a classic line.
Love this. Mad.
Yeah.
He's going Rain Man.
Base
folks.
8 map. Yeah.
It's too much for you, Sam. You're not evolved enough yet.
Isn't this base 8 math?
I think it might be base 8
Isn't that
math,
what she says? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually a medical misnomer.
That's a huge misnomer. Yeah.
Yeah, and they use it a bunch of times.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Also, interesting question. So, Jack obviously removes the vial of liquid naquadah from Teal'c's staff weapon.
Yes.
So, does Teal'c now need to find a new staff weapon?
They've got a few of them.
Replace that little bit?
Yeah, I think they got a few.
Yep.
I think we're good.
So this one's just a write-off now. Yeah.
Is it lit? It is its own.
I think so. It's
have its own lighting source. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the film Phenomenon?
I have not.
Yes,
Very
a long
similar.
time ago. Oh, look, I've seen a movie Nicole hasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is that the one with Travolta?
You learn the entire Portuguese language in 20 minutes? Not all of it.
It's Travolta, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I did see it a long time ago, but I'd love to see it again.
Piece of our leg. Yeah. That's why I said it earlier. It says it wrong first. It says it might be wrong, so.
Piece of our leg.
It will rewrite his base code.
More than that.
Let him finish.
Yeah, please let him finish. Just type away.
Who knows how much further he would have gone.
Literally.
Well, that's it.
This is just such an exciting episode because things are just like, oh, there he is, the cutie that has a crush on Sam. Oh.
I love him. He's adorable.
He is adorable.
I love how he's just pounding the keys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it Yvie? Is that Yvie?
I think he is. Yeah, I think he is. You just need the sound, and all the keys sound the same, so it doesn't matter which ones you mush with your fingers.
I'm not ferret, he said. I'm not ferret. I've never caught that one.
Neither have I,
I'm not
actually.
done. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they really didn't. I guess, I mean, they don't know what's happening to him, but they really didn't utilize the knowledge that he had very well.
No, it's a shame because I guess they just didn't know. Oh, this is so cool. What's great about this is it means we don't have to just follow the Gould storyline anymore.
Correct.
We can really start expanding.
Yeah,
the Abydos Cartouche is not our only
source
of Stargate addresses.
Yeah. What's interesting is Daniel mentioned that the Goa'uld had not discovered the gates that Jack has entered into the computer. But don't you think that kind of assumes that Ra or some kind of other Goa'uld created the map on Abydos?
Yeah.
And that the Goa'uld didn't discover any new gates in the last several millennia?
They've only discovered what they've explored.
I was going to say, I feel like they're very lazy and they'll only etch in like a few bits and bobs here and there according to like what they want. Why discover new areas when you already have most of the populated ones taken over?
Yeah. Well, I guess, I mean, they are parasites, so they're just borrowing technology and knowledge from other races.
And it couldn't have happened to a worse person.
You're not under arrest, but you're not leaving.
They should just stick him in front of a computer and just like let him go, you know?
Well, maybe one that doesn't have access to anything important. Like,
as Dharma would say, no networks.
Just in case.
Yeah.
No networks.
Yes.
I think that's the same pen. For the better, though. For the better.
Lockwatcher says Rob Lee is in this episode as an uncredited scientist. He was also a scientist in the 1945 footage from Tormented Tantalus. And he later played Major Pierce in multiple episodes, later Colonel Pierce.
Very cool.
This reminds me of the conversation about the Ori later, where he basically says it in Spanish. He goes, they built many Astria Porta. Astria Puerta. It's cool. It all loops around. Like this conversation he's having now, he's going to say a similar conversation in season 9 and it all connects. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's the cornerstone of so much content.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does. What?
I need new location.
Oh yes. Locusts, apocalypse.
Well, it's the first 4 letters of location. You would have thought he'd be able to guess. Yes.
Gene Diotta. There is no way Daniel would have had to look up locusts.
Where do you want to go? He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yet.
10 equals 8.
Yep.
I love how he's looking.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
I'm a genius now. Don't question it.
Yeah, he has no comprehension of what he's doing.
No, he doesn't. He's just regurgitating what's coming to his mind. So, in your interview with Rob, he said that he liked how this episode played off RDA's interpretation of O'Neill. RDA played him sort of as a dumb guy, but it turned out to be like he's the smart guy that impressed the godlike aliens. Which was a really cute quote. And before this episode, I think Rob felt that he didn't have a great relationship with RDA.
Right.
But as his sort of responsibilities on the show grew, he wanted to connect with RDA a little bit better.
Yep.
So he decided to write an O'Neill-centric episode and involve RDA in the creative process, where ordinarily he would usually receive notes from
Michael
Rick
Greenberg.
via Michael Greenberg. Yeah.
So Michael Greenberg was his partner in crime through all this, and like Michael would facilitate any notes that Rick had.
Yes.
So kind of.
But this sort of improved his relationship with Robert C. Cooper.
Yep. They went down to his trailer and just talked.
Yeah.
And of course,
Love it.
Rick loved the puppet.
Yes.
And that's
that's the other
just
point I
took
was going to
off.
make. Yeah, because Rob was initially concerned that he wasn't going to like working opposite a puppet.
Jack's hair's on the last threads of color.
Mm-hmm.
He's going
Yeah,
full
he's
grey
letting
now.
that artificial brown like grow out, which is better. I think he's better off embracing the grey.
And in a few episodes, Daniel gets a haircut.
Yeah, fully sever the ties of anything with James Spader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meaning of life stuff.
These are big episodes. Lockwatch said, maybe before you stick your head in the repository of knowledge, you should read the label. Caution may override brain and cause you to do stuff. Yeah.
Yes, maybe it was in very small print.
Yeah, somewhere.
Got to sign some sort of like non-disclosure or something. I don't know.
Gene Diotta had an interesting point. Locus is pretty obviously location. I mean, yo soy embarazada. It doesn't mean I'm embarrassed. It means I'm pregnant. So, I mean, just because it resembles a word doesn't necessarily mean it is that word.
Yeah.
Oh, the marching Egyptians.
Oh,
Yes,
I forgot about
it's
that.
a classic. It's a classic.
I love the way he's losing it. He's so frustrated.
Yeah.
Usually he's quiet, and now he's like, I don't want to be quiet. Say words.
Oh, he can still
You can
type.
really,
Okay.
yeah, you can really see his desperation without him actually speaking.
Mm-hmm. He just gets to go full on angst.
Yes.
Oh,
Their
that old
operating
laptop. Oh my
system
goodness.
is so weird. Oh, look at that. He's on his laptop. Simmons.
Ugh.
I need to get to
He's so adorable. He's so adorable.
He is adorable.
The other Adama.
Yeah. Zach, poor guy. I'm so engaged with this episode. I don't know. Yes, he is. I'm so engaged. I don't want to talk because I'm having such a talk.
Well, ironically, I don't have as many notes on this episode as I do for the next one.
Good.
Well, there's a lot of sciencey stuff going on in the next one.
Yes, there is. Anyway, I won't spoil anything.
You better not. This could have been a whole episode in and of itself.
I was going to say that right now, actually. Yeah, I was about to say. There are so many episodes that have like little things like that end up screwing you over for the whole episode, and it could have been cool. But I'm glad they did it. It's an interesting idea. They get there, but they didn't know the second son was there. So it's like, whoa, what a great idea.
Where do you get the parts for some? What is that? Is that like a catalytic converter or a?
I don't know. Cars
Kind of resembles
It's
an alternator.
Yeah, I was going to say. I think I read somewhere that it kind of resembles something to do with a helicopter.
Oh, interesting.
Like some sort of drive for a helicopter.
Part of the rotor, maybe. My dad's a helicopter pilot.
Yeah, I know.
Ask him.
I could bring him in. He's here for Easter. But we're not going to do that. All right.
I love how they're working so closely with Sylar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Usually
makes me
he's just
happy.
like the guy on the outside. that they're
Well, he's already been
involved in,
kind of
like,
established
think
as
tank.
the gate guy when it's broken.
True.
so-
Yeah.
It sounds like they have no idea.
Not just much of one yet. I love that. I think
Yep.
that's great.
I mean, if that
Oof.
planet is as hot, 200 degrees Fahrenheit, I wouldn't be surprised that the Stargate would be broken after a while.
Yeah.
Well, speaking as an Australian, I think it gets to about that temperature, like in the middle of summer. So I can understand the issues that she's having.
And Judah
Like in the
Wellens,
outback?
I also
house
get
in England,
I
my
also
house is
get
like that.
stuck mid-dial.
Did you hear the entire network for the Elon Musk's network? What's it called?
Don't remember,
Not
but I know what you're saying.
Skynet. His global internet system went down a few days ago for about an hour. The whole thing.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
Oh god.
Yeah. There we go. Whatever it does, it's doing it right now.
That's it. So don't ask me. Everyone's so frustrated. I feel bad.
Yeah. His doohickey is doohickeying.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? You could plug it in to something, and it could
He
blow everything
MacGyvered
to
himself
hell.
a big generator.
Yeah.
There we go. Raj Luther
Starlink.
said
Thank you,
Starlink.
Raj.
Yeah.
Yeah, Starlink went down for about an hour. So VHS, everyone, look at that.
God.
We're old.
Yeah.
You guys are way older, but I'm also in there too now. So
Yes.
Thanks for reminding us.
it's just such a weird joy bringing it up every time. I love it.
Well, you're getting older every day, so
I know. I hate it too.
Yeah.
One day you're gonna laugh when I get, older, and you're gonna be like, "Haha, join us." God, that's so sad, Daniel. Why would you say it like that?
Yeah, it's kind of not necessary.
Yeah, it's just it's a bit rude. It's like,
And now it's a sepia image for some strange reason. All the color has bled out.
Yeah. Well, he's writing in pencil, but the instructions are in pen. So I don't know if he does it a second time.
I was gonna say,
or
maybe he
that
went
was just
over
a
it with
bit
a
of a
pen.
goof. Yeah.
I love this. Doesn't he like write a note? Yeah, he's like, go away.
I have the
Yeah.
original downstairs, and it is definitely in pencil.
Okay.
Would you like to see it?
My favorite bit?
Yes.
Totally.
Okay.
My favorite bit is about 27 minutes and 16 seconds. You can see like what it actually looks like from the top. And down the bottom, if you read it carefully, it says, if this all fails, we'll see ya.
Yep. Well, see ya.
That's
Yep.
so cool.
Yep. All of the instructions, they're all written out. They don't mean a lot, but I've read the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Someone wrote that by hand. Do you know who wrote it by hand?
It would have been a production assistant.
See, like bottom right hand
so
corner,
this is
just a little
all-
flash.
Yeah, it's all a photocopy. So, and then it's just turned blue. But the original is definitely in pencil and several layers of paper. No, just not much of one yet. Work on it.
What a smart ass.
Honestly. When Daniel's like Jack comes out, it's so exciting. It's why later Daniel's one of my favorite, like evolutions of him.
Yeah.
He's
The
become
snark?
so sassy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Sam and Tilk return from the hot planet, why aren't they sweating?
Look, Yvie, let's
So
not.
have you not been in the desert before?
I have, I guess, passed over the desert, but I was in an air-conditioned bus.
It's so hot and dry that the sweat immediately
don't sweat.
evaporates. You are
Right.
sweating, but it evaporates, and your skin is just covered in salt.
Oh, maybe
Yep.
that'll solve my problems. Just get real hot.
Just come and live
Dan
in the
Ben's
desert.
rejoined us. Hello, Dan Ben. I love this.
Well,
It's like he saved us. What are
Aw.
you talking about?
By the by, it was for nothing.
Yes. But we got a cool thing of the DHD now and like how to fix it in case it ever happens again. So
Yep.
yay.
Yeah. Now Tip's off to have a nap because he just spent all that time trying to manually dial.
I like that her face is a bit sunburnt still.
Yeah, I appreciate that
Absolutely. Yeah, good continuity.
Good little detail. It looks like her face is peeling in a couple spots on the cheeks as well. It's really good detail. God, guys, we're already like so far into this episode. It's flying by. I'm having so much fun. It's upsetting. I love gate drama. This is great. I'm so happy.
Well, it's one of the things that really work about the franchise.
Yeah, it's like something's wrong with it. Oh no. My favorite thing about this is watching it with other people and having them go, 8? What? And then everyone gets really confused. I'm so excited to see it.
Just connect it to the power. I think this is the first time we see the breaker room.
Yeah.
It might be, yeah.
Nah.
UJ.
UJ.
I think that means good.
Yeah.
You want to hope so because you're giving him full access.
I mean, he hasn't done anything so far to hurt anybody, and all he's done is help and rescue. So I think you can trust
this
him.
information, but to a certain extent, like this information is unspooling in his mind, so he could be different from one moment to the next.
Yeah, but I don't think his core thing is gone. But you don't know, so yeah. Yeah, Daniel let him do something. Oops. Oh, here we go. The music. I'm excited.
So what dialed the address?
I think Jack did it earlier when he
I
programmed
don't know.
the
So it just
gate
suddenly just started, like
it was like on a timer. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall that plot foible, but that is definitely a plot foible.
Plus, it's just fun to say the word foible.
I love saying foible, like Gore-Tex. That's a Seinfeld joke, Nicole.
Thank you.
You like saying Gore-Tex, don't you?
Guys, it's happening.
From an itty bitty little staff weapon power source.
Daniel doesn't care. Let's not.
I'm sure Rick loved this half of the episode because he didn't have to say anything.
Chevron 7
Exactly,
is
no lines to remember.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's happening! It's happening!
Oh, it's a pity that
We're dialing another galaxy. Dan Ben, so it only works on him because he has the gene, but they didn't know that. So, like, any human can do it. Like Daniel tries to get Jack to let him in Lost City. They're just like Jaffa can't. So they evidently knew something about the Goa'uld a very, very long time ago. Chevron 8 is locked.
Oh, it's a pity that Walter wasn't around for that. He would have lost his
Literally,
mind.
I'm not going to lie. It really annoys me that they didn't have Gary in for this episode because it's such an iconic moment. Where the hell was he? If it was a personal thing that he was not there for it, I can forgive it. If it was the writers, naughty.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but there's more.
Yeah.
It's a good explanation.
It really is. Reminds me of, the what happens when you dial your own phone number explanation as well.
Wrong person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Raj Luther said, seeing this episode so many times, I always wonder if the Ida galaxy has multiple Stargates or just the Asgard home planet. That's a good question.
Well, they never actually say that.
No.
The planet that Jack arrives at is their home planet. They don't say that.
We don't really know how much the Asgards use Stargates to get around. We only see
Yeah.
them really use it in
New ships.
in Small Victories.
Small victories, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's coming up, guys. So it's about 35 minutes and 8 seconds in. So the first Asgard that we see peering around the corner,
Okay.
you can see a thin pole attached to his arm.
Okay.
Aren't they on the home planet when they arrive? Isn't that the Asgard homeworld?
But the Asgard don't say it's their home planet.
Don't
We're
they?
just assuming that it is.
It's just
I thought they
Othala.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said Othala in the galaxy of
The
Ida.
Asgard planet Othala in the galaxy of Ida, but later on Othala is renamed to the Asgard galaxy because of season 8 for whatever reason. So who knows where it is? It's probably the Asgard homeworld. It wouldn't be an outpost, I don't think.
No, it just doesn't make sense for all of them to be hanging out in some rando place.
Yep. Ooh, pretty.
The really long distance. We're going to cut to that thing on the wall?
Thing on the wall?
Nah.
No,
The
star map?
thing that tracks, yeah.
from the
It
movie.
didn't.
That was in the
That
movie,
sad.
wasn't it?
Yeah. Would have been a good time for it.
This goes for ages.
Yeah, and he screams coming through it like it's been like, ah!
Look.
Oh, I see!
Oh, Evie! No!
Oh, wow. Never noticed that before.
Lockwatcher said, so for this episode only, are we able to rate the episode on a scale of 1 to 8 chevrons? No
Yes!
halvesies?
Oh my god,
That's
yes!
funny.
That's such a good idea.
That's funny.
That is such a good idea. We'll talk about it after.
Their feet change design over the course of the
They
show.
do. They look more like webbed there.
Mm.
The puppet, the toy was had those feet.
Yeah.
Cool.
The CGI was garbage, but this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
Is it?
It's fine. I've seen worse.
The ancients. I'm
Yep,
crying.
yep.
So I don't know if you know anything about this, David, but there was a discussion on Reddit that one of the Asgard's voices changes between the DVD and the streaming services version.
Ew,
Really?
no.
Yeah.
Let's not.
First time hearing of it.
Yeah. I'm not saying don't talk about it. I'm just like, why? Why would they do that?
Yep, the power source is dead.
Mm.
So only incoming calls from other galaxies.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, at least Sala doesn't get electrocuted, but that happens next episode.
Yeah, nothing bad this episode. There's a lot of gate room drama in these 2 episodes. I'm very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
I love they do the slow blink like cats do.
Yeah. Those evil eyes. Waiting to knock over my glass of water or something.
No, the slow blink means I love you in cat.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to believe that. I mean, they're watching over the Ettins and,
They are.
and all the humans, so they know.
Nothing but good things.
Why did the Asgard tell Earth more about the ancients? They leave so much,
They think we're young.
Yeah,
And we are
but,
prone to
that
blowing
young?
each other up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Such a
above our
shame.
reading comprehension.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a few grades above us, for sure.
I don't know.
This
The
may be
repository
the
did it.
most important scene from the franchise.
It just sets up so much.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But it speaks to the human spirit and our potential.
Yeah.
We're nothing but
Yeah.
potential.
Mm-hmm.
Low key.
Love it. Yay! There's these kind of episodes that make me feel less existential and more excited to be alive. You know?
There we go.
Met them. Yeah.
Mm.
Woo!
Pretty heady group.
But they look really awkward from behind. Let's not show from behind anymore, please. Thank you.
Little gray butts.
Their backs just look like they have a big pole up them,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which they do, obviously, for puppets.
So we never find out what happened to the Great Alliance, do we?
The plague.
Yeah, I assume it's the
plague,
plague.
right.
Just, but I, you know, I don't know if it was actually said, but yeah.
My
see.
treatment for Stargate Oblivion explains it.
Ugh. So we need that to be published ASAP.
Yeah,
I tried.
I'll go feral.
We want to talk to you guys now.
Yeah. Look, out of all the species, you know, like in this alliance, the Asgard are helping the most, so let's be grateful. They're very generous. The Asgard are super generous with their time and energy, despite all that's going on. Like, they are top.
Well, they give us, the keys to their entire
Everything.
civilization eventually.
Yeah.
Not 8
We
years
have
from
to
now.
earn their we have to
So-
earn their trust though.
Yep.
Yeah. I would have liked the Asgard to call the Nox and be like, "Hey, give
Want
him
a
some
handshake,
stuff."
or does he want you to kiss his hand?
It's weird that he's helping him up because surely, like, he'll just break his arm off.
Yeah, you could hurt them. Yeah. You
They're
got quite a
their
crowd
threats.
there.
Aww.
Yep.
I love how it comes back around as like you are the fifth race.
Mhm.
So cute.
It's
I love it
great.
so much.
I'll be right back. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go get
Jack
the
left it
artwork.
open. Go ahead.
Okay.
And Jack's just left it so that he can come back through. He's like, "No, Iris, I've got to make it home somehow." It's just a neat little episode, you know. It's great.
Agreed.
Sup. Yay. Everyone's okay. Iris closed. Everyone did a good job.
So do you think that they withheld information about what happened to Jack from the trust or whatever they're called at this point?
I'm
Because
not
you
gonna
would have
lie,
thought
yeah.
like he would have
I was
been
thinking that.
examined like to the nth degree if
I
they
was
knew.
literally thinking that.
Because
I
he
was
could have
literally
been
wondering.
booby traps or like anything could have happened to him.
Literally, yeah.
Don't remember a thing. He doesn't smile much.
No.
Oh, this is so cute. Say it. Oh, my heart is so
Oh.
full. This is such a nice episode. It ends so lovely.
Yep.
The next episode is really dark by comparison. It's like, look at all these wonderful things we're discovering. And the next
Aw.
episode's like,
That's
look at
funny.
all
I
the
love the
horrible
next
things we can
episode.
discover.
Well, this ends on more of a positive note, I guess.
Yeah, I wish this one came after.
Expert David Adams. I love that. Expert.
On what?
Right. Not really sure just yet, but
Yeah.
we're working on it.
No idea yet, but yeah. It's It's a good episode. Everything's so bubbly and happy. It's like, yay, we discovered things, and we continued a season 1 plot point that's going to drive the rest of the
All
show
the way through.
and the spin-offs.
Yeah, exactly. And as I mentioned
Yay.
previously, like the most referred back to episode in like all of the clip shows.
Yeah.
So very important episode for sure.
Other than,
Super cool.
Wind of Opportunity, regularly cited in the top 3 of best episodes. That was the 5th race. Well done, everybody.
I would not put that in my top 3 episodes, actually. I put Fifth Race a lot lower.
Really?
Yeah, it's not one of my favorites. It's
Wow.
all right. It's not one of my
You
favorites.
would, you would
God.
not be, I suspect, the typical.
Yeah, I mean, I gave Brief Candle a 5, didn't I? So...
That's true. She's already proved she's not a typical episode rater.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think Fifth Race would be on like the back end of a top 10 list, or like just off it, just because there are so many other episodes that hit me better. Like, yeah,
David.
it's so.
Oh
have
my
we seen this
God.
before? I feel like we've seen this before.
We might have, but it's incredible.
I want to see it again, so I'm good.
Wow.
So, David, that will we were talking about, you needing to write.
I want to
Yeah.
see this in person. How cool is that?
Yeah, David, let me stay at your house and let me
where's
touch
the,
all the Stargate stuff.
Oh, down here at the bottom. If
Yes.
all this fails, well, see ya.
See ya.
So yeah, if you look at
So
this, it's got like little. I don't know if you can tell. Like you can kind of see it. There's a little white like demarcation here where it's been like
Yeah.
pasted. In like you have this is the original bit, and then
Wow.
then they photocopied this and pasted and pasted and pasted. So
So much detail though. That's
it's a lot of
incredible.
detail. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Seeing as we don't really see like we see like a very brief, like 1 second close up, but other than that, you just sort of see it from a distance. So they've put a lot of time and effort into making that.
Which
That's
is really
exactly
nice. You know, they didn't, try to, save any time
yeah,
or
kudos
money
to
on
the prop
that.
department, because that's incredible.
It's super important, and look at that. And now David has it because he's, the worst, having all the cool stuff.
all right.
Wait,
what are we
important
rating
question.
them?
Are we doing it out of 8 chevrons,
No.
David?
No.
Right, this is the
We'll
one
leave
time.
that till
This is the one
later
time. Well, I just want to say right now, Gene Diata said 8 out of 8, so,
So what are we
Just
rating this?
on. I'm gonna go with a 6. I think.
Out of 7.
6.
Yeah, I think a 6.
A 6. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
David.
I'm giving it 7 out of 7.
Or you're gonna go 7. Wow.
Yeah, I'm going 7.
Okay.
So there.
See, the episode is close to a 7 for me. Super close, so close that I'm like,
If you were going to divide the franchise into 7 different sections, then that would mean that there would be around. If you're going to equally divide them, that would mean that there are around what? Around. Well, I'm not doing. If there's 300.
Math.
Okay, all right. Let's math this.
let's
All right.
base 8 math this.
Base 8 math. There's 350 episodes, and we're
Yep.
dividing
Dividing
them
them
into
by
more.
7.
7.
Then there are
Okay.
50. I thought that was right, but I was like, that can't be right. There are potentially 50 episodes that can be in the 7 category.
No, I'm gonna
Out
be
of that,
for sure.
The 5th
Okay.
race is definitely going to be a 7 for me.
Okay, that actually makes perfect sense, and I'm kind of ashamed for my 6.
Torment of Tantalus is higher. I think it's a better episode than Fifth Race.
we don't only have to have one episode as a 7.
I know.
Like,
know,
I
it's
will
just almost
probably
not
have
worth it. It's like a
7, 8, or
6.5.
9 episodes of the franchise that are a 7 for me.
Mhm.
Yeah,
5th race is
yeah.
going to be one of them. So.
You know what?
That's a tough
It's
one.
so close to a 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna
Okay.
give it a 7. I'm gonna
You're
join
gonna give
David.
it a
It doesn't have to
7?
be your favorite
Okay.
episode.
No,
But,
it's not
I
my
mean,
favorite, but it deserves the
Like,
respect of a
if
7. I
you
think.
know, like, it's definitely in the top 10 for me. It's going to be a 7.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I should stick with my 6.
I think that
Evie,
you
stick
should
with your
do
guns, darling.
you, Evie. I think that you should do you.
I'm
And do
trying
not
to-
set an example and do not respond to peer pressure.
Okay.
There we go.
All
I
right,
just felt
I
a little
will
bit to peer
stick with a
pressure,
6.
but David had that peer pressure aligned with some good words. So I was like, you know
Good
what?
Good
Yes,
words.
that's a good point.
All right.
Yes, the
It
argument
was good word adjacent, so you went
So-
with it.
The chat said, so Jean Diarra said 8 out of 8 chevrons, which
Okay,
is a
well,
correct
we're going to downgrade her to a
response.
7.
Oh, a few people have done 6. Okay, I'm not the
Yeah.
only one.
Okay, Mac Bolan's conscience at 7, perfect is what he said. Raj Luthra said 7 out of 8 chevrons. Oh no, wait, yeah.
So 6.
Oh
6
God.
out of 7 then?
Yeah, I guess. And then Dan Ben said I put this at list of my favorite episodes, and he put 6 out of 7 below. Becca said 6. Lockwatcher said I agree. So I'm assuming that's also a 6. Anthony said a 6 out of 7, and yeah, and
Okay.
Roger
The
number
confirmed
of
6 out of
6s.
7. Yes.
So
Yeah, honestly, I it would almost be a 6, but to be honest, I'm thinking on the grand scheme of things,
that's
it
what I'm
does
saying.
kind
Like
of
in the
deserve a
grand scheme
7.
of
Yeah.
how many 7s I'm going to give out, if
Yeah.
I really am leaving it to like 10 or 15 episodes,
Literally, that's what I'm going to be doing as well, David.
In
Yeah.
the top 10 or 15 list that I would
I
recommend.
feel like we're so unkind to Stargate because we're like, we love this show. It's one of our favorite shows. But we sit here being like, nah, 2,
And then it'd be
3.
like 3.
Screw you.
Yep.
You know, hold on, what's an episode I hate? First Commandment.
Yeah,
You know.
we're using
First
a 7 chevron scale for SG-1. We may change it up to 8 for Atlantis and 9 for Universe.
I think
but,
David,
sense.
this is
I
an
think that makes
amazing
sense.
idea.
but
This is
but
such
then
a good
it
idea.
breaks like any comparison between the shows because the metrics will be off for all of them.
Is there a way we
So-
can
Yeah, I
math
see
it
where you're
to
coming
adjust
from.
it
Probably
to be
keep
out
it
of a
at
7?
because
We can
Ugh.
keep it a 7.
if you want to compare the shows unless you want to make it apples to oranges comparing SG-1 to Atlantis to Universe, then we need to keep the same point structure.
The
No,
same
you're
rating
right,
system.
David.
Anthony
you're
will
right.
kill us, but it's a cool idea.
It's a very
So-
cool idea.
Yep. All right.
Well, we'll see how we feel in 4 years when we get
Yeah.
to the next one.
Oh my
Years.
God.
It won't be 4 years.
No.
My,
Well,
my
I know,
nan
I know,
said
I'm
to me
just being
today,
dramatic.
she was like, when is this going to end? You're always doing this. And I was
She's
like,
asking that now.
Yeah, I was like, there are 354
we're at the beginning,
episodes
Nana.
because I'm counting part 1s and part 2s. And I'm like, Abuela, this is going to take like another at least like 4.5 years from where we're at right now. So, you know, quit your complaining.
Buckle up.
Yeah,
So,
get used
I
to
mean,
it.
if we continue to stay
Yes,
as aggressive
brace
as we are,
yourself.
I'm going to need a break of at least a couple of months. So we'll see. But
See how it goes.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
I agree.
All right. Matter of time.
Yes.
I'm ready for some black hole drama. Woo woo!
Yeah.
Yes, I've actually I've watched a reaction video from Dr. Becky, who's a real life astrophysicist. So
Really?
I've made some points from her YouTube video, and I'll be dispersing that throughout the episode.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there we go.
Exciting.
Well, let's get our software ready here and pull up the episode.
Yeah, let me get myself sorted because
Whenever I have to remember the name of this episode, I like it's a matter of time, but for some reason I forget that it's called that, and my brain goes straight to A Question of Time by Depeche Mode, and it's not remembering the name. Damn my father.
Okay. All right, guys. Matter of time in 5, 4, 3. Welcome to Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Yvie
hello.
and Nicole.
Hello.
And this poor son is about to get sucked
Get num-nummed.
into a black hole.
Yeah. So as I mentioned before, I did watch a fantastic reaction video on YouTube by Dr. Becky, a real life astrophysicist. And she had a couple of interesting talking points. So she said that the binary setup in this opening sequence is great because you've got a much denser star and a normal star around it, and the denser star is pulling matter off the other one and using it to grow and add to its mass. So, and she said the bigger star would go supernova, not the smaller star.
Right.
That makes sense. I think we saw some galaxies out there in the distance as well, which I thought was really cool
Yeah.
in the opening shot. I think that's a really good opening shot. Like, despite the fact that it's like 1999 and, you know, budget, it's doing really good. This is a fantastic episode, like in terms of just everything. Like they did so
agreed.
well.
Yep.
So, this was filmed at the Richmond Sand Dunes.
Yep.
Also,
you said
guys,
those dudes.
this is the first appearance of Colin Cunningham as Major
That's
Paul
right.
Disaster Davis.
Disaster
I didn't realize.
Davis.
I didn't realize that the fandom called him Major Paul Disaster Davis.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's his first of 15 SG-1 episodes.
Was that all? Okay.
Well, just SG-1 episodes. He's in an episode of Atlantis as well as one of the films.
Is he in the finale of Atlantis, or is it a different episode?
Yes, he is. SG-10, folks. SG-10.
Hey!
Rip.
Yeah.
Ripperoni.
Unless you read the novels, a matter of honor and a price of honor.
True.
This is such a cute conversation.
It's adorable.
Oh, Jack. You're asking this now?
That's what the worm part.
I actually love the way that Sam breaks down these really complicated conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an apple. It's a worm.
Well, I mean, it's relevant to this episode, so we might as
Yes,
well.
it is.
I love how she's looking around to make sure he's not going to be embarrassed.
So I think I mentioned in our last episode that this is the first episode where Sergeant Siler gets injured. He's electrocuted in this episode.
Yeah, he's gone now. You said too much. Yeah.
I'll be all right.
I'm done now. Please be silent.
Good old
But he's
Simmons.
around a lot, isn't he?
He was. Yeah.
He is. Yeah. And then he has like 6 seasons off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary Jones had to entertain us.
So Dr. Becky said that when the iris codes are coming through slowly, that's called gravitational redshift.
Yep.
And the black hole has basically stretched the frequency of the wavelengths. And as a scientist, she said that was really well done.
Because Sam explains that as well in a minute as to why the camera red shifts, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's I will bring that up later.
Please,
so
do.
that's a different situation. That's actually not right.
Correct.
Because it's a digital signal, so it wouldn't redshift.
Oh,
exactly. That was the point that I was going to make.
Spicy.
It's transmitted in ones and zeros. So once you calibrated for that difference, the image wouldn't be red.
Yeah, that's what she's saying is basically right in that what Yvie said is right in the way it affects redshift, but with the camera and the way Sam actually discusses it is wrong.
Yeah, the image being transmitted via the MALP through to Stargate Command would not be redshifted.
Cool,
but the transmission would be redshifted, but just not the data comprising it.
Yeah, so just like they fixed it with this, they would fix it the same way.
I just want to say, I failed like all my science exams because I hated science and revising was boring. However, the only paper I passed was this one, and I actually had to. It was one of the answers I got was redshift, and I was like, I know this. I know Stargate, so I was very happy.
So they say you don't learn anything from TV, but I think you've just proved them wrong.
Literally, I learned so much from Stargate, and every time it happened in class, I'd let everyone know, and that's why I got bullied. So
yeah,
I'll screw them.
The gate got impatient.
Yeah, right.
I'm not waiting for that. Be funny if the gate could was like alive and could sense the black hole and was like, "No, I'm out." Peace.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeet.
yeah, yeet out of here. So glad you're using that, Yvie. Like, it makes me so happy.
Can you imagine what would have happened if they sent the teams through?
Oh,
they would never come back.
That
would have been it.
Yeah, exactly. So, as a sort of general point of interest, black holes are funnels space-time to a point, and wormholes are 2 funnels back to back.
Yes. All this
Just
talk.
to give you guys a bit of a visual.
Jean Diana said this wormhole question didn't make sense for Jack at this point. That's the first episode question. Yeah, I said that earlier. It's but it made sense for this episode to bring it up. So
yeah. So there is a lot of I guess firsts in this episode. So we get a guest appearance by Marshall Teague as Colonel Cromwell.
Yes.
And in this year, in 1998, he actually played an Air Force colonel in Armageddon.
Oh, that's right. Along with Pete's sake, Elizabeth Weir. Oh, come on. Jessica Steen.
Oh, Jessica Steen, right.
Yeah, he worked with Jessica Steen.
That's cool. We also learn in this episode that Jack spent 4 months in an Iraqi prison.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And this is also the first episode where the transmitter for opening the iris is called the GDO. And I didn't realize until I listened to a Brad Wright interview that actually stands for garage door opener.
That's correct.
It's basically the same thing.
Laugh. Yeah. And this is the third episode that doesn't involve any gate travel, I guess, for SG-1.
I love this. See, look how good this show is when they aren't traveling.
Yeah.
It's still really good.
The bottle episodes are sometimes better.
Yeah.
And they can save so much money by never leaving the building. So
exactly. And it's the first time that the 38-minute window is mentioned in this reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of loosely been playing around, but now it's going to be nice and firmed up so that we can blow that away with gravity.
And this particular black hole is mentioned in 2 more episodes.
Yep. Go ahead.
So it's used to make Varash's sun go supernova in Exodus, and it's indirectly used again against the Ashen in 2001. Yeah.
I love this black hole planet. Like, it's incredibly tragic, but the hilarious thing is that they keep using it.
We get so much story mileage out of it.
So good.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It's like, to blow up a sun, black hole.
And this episode marks the first time that O'Neill is left in charge of SG Command. And Michael Shanks only appears at the end of the episode for just 2 lines of dialogue. And on the music front, this episode was used. This episode used 3 composers, which is unusual.
Whew.
Wow, really?
Joel Goldsmith. Apparently, I've got it down as Joel Goldsmith, Richard Bain, and Kevin Kiner.
Isn't that interesting? Kinner? Okay.
Oh, see that? Oh, yeah. See, now you've told me, Yvie. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, but it's a cool idea.
It's a cool effect, yes.
Yeah. Like if you were like transmitting it over like a regular like radio signal. If it was radio, then perhaps. But yeah.
Raj Luthra mentioned something which I was actually going to say anyway, but he mentions about, like, after watching this episode multiple times, it's amazing how humanity's understanding of a black hole looks like and has changed since this image. And what's amazing is back when this episode came out, black holes were still technically a theory, like Einstein's theory, but like now we've got a photo of one a couple years ago, evidence of a black hole, and it's like, whoa.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, science fiction isn't just fiction sometimes, and it's great.
So coming up, they mentioned they're receiving 11 frames, or they've received 11 frames in 6 minutes. So this is time dilation, or general.
Hell yeah.
I'll try and pronounce this. General relativistic gravitational time
general
dilation.
relativistic. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So the closer you are to a black hole, the slower time moves from your perspective.
And for the record, the first black hole known as Cygnus X-1 was identified independently by several researchers in the year 1971.
Oh,
there you go.
That's still, cosmically speaking, very recent.
Yeah, it is. So despite the extreme time dilation, Lieutenant Simmons can still get an immediate response from the MALP.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that always annoyed me. Gary T. Time dilation is the worst, am I right? Yeah. That image is so cool.
It is really cool.
It's so good.
Yeah, and scary.
It's terrifying. I love it. That cosmic horror that I am witnessing this right now is awesome. I'm terrified. And you love black holes.
A newly formed one, by the look. How do you tell that?
I don't know.
Well, because last time they looked, it wasn't there.
Right.
You know, they
well,
went
she
to
said
the
by
planet,
the looks of
there.
it. It's like, by the looks of it.
It looks like a wee baby.
Yep. The closer they get, the slower they'll get.
Does anyone know what gravitational space-time warping is? Because I forgot. And they're going to bring that up, right?
I know that when she says the bodies would be pulled apart by tidal forces, I know that technically that's called spaghettification, which is like the best word ever.
I shouldn't laugh.
Why didn't they use it?
Because it's funny.
Yeah, I don't think they wanted to be laughing at this point.
No.
Tidal forces. There you go.
Yeah.
Spaghettification.
They can't get him out.
Awful name.
They have no
They are
time to go through.
toast.
No. What I really find funny is that Jack's really against witnessing this, but Sam's really for it. And to be honest, I'm team
I
Sam
know,
on this.
but
Like, I don't care how horrifying
she's
it is. It's
considering
important.
it from like a scientific perspective. But I mean, she understands when he says no.
Yeah.
And I think she feels a little bit guilty for even suggesting it.
Yeah. But I agree with her. This is something we need to see. Like, these guys are dying for like no reason. The least we can do is pull as much data and images from it as possible, in my opinion.
I love that response. She's thinking scientifically, and like,
Yep.
you're watching people be murdered in slow motion.
Yeah.
Now we're shut down.
Now you're stuck.
How are they gonna get their way out of this one? God, when the gate won't close, those are always fun episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea, like, even if you like destroy the Stargate, potentially the gravitational forces are so strong that the wormhole itself will still exist.
This is a mental episode. I don't think I've ever seen like sci-fi do this level of insanity. Like a black hole is pulling things through a wormhole across space. Like whoa.
Yes.
You know. Like sci-fi's mad, but Lord. I think this is one of those episodes that like it really shows how phenomenal this show can be. And it's like a one-off episode that they reuse very lightly later on, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
What does funky mean, Sergeant?
But to be honest, right, if everyone's voices are going weird and like, you know, everything time's being affected, you're gonna be a bit, whoa, how do I say that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think funky is an apt description.
Yeah. I love that it's been a really long time since they've, you know, been in contact with the SGC. But like it's only been a few minutes for the SGC. So cool.
This is important to note here because everyone just subsequently took a ladder up and climbed out, but here it's clearly separated. You can't just take the ladder from there. You have to bungee down, or
yes,
you have
yeah,
to,
you're right. That is an interesting point.
So I guess they just built a ladder there, and never post in the subsequent episodes security at that portal, which is very convenient. Cool.
Spinning.
Effect.
This is giant
so
wrench.
Cool.
So cool. Yep.
It's gotta spin. It's round. Gonna keep making that stupid
Not that
joke.
spin, the other spin.
Oh, this is so exciting. It's so cool that the closer you are, the worse it is, and like a few meters makes a difference in this. It's really awesome.
Well, I was going to say, when Carter's dog tags are being pulled into the wormhole, technically the effects of gravity wouldn't transmit through the wormhole. Like, that's not physically possible. But, you know, we put that aside.
It's the key to this episode.
Exactly.
That's cool.
This is such a great episode. It's like they lit that up red behind them to be like, oh, this is a bad situation. Let's make the lighting red. Honey, you need to get a new job. You're always here when everything's going a bit mental. Like,
who is
go to
he?
Area 51.
Major Davis?
Yeah.
Didn't they mean they lost communication above sublevel 24? Because they're at sublevel 28.
Yeah. Yeah, turn it off and then on again, like the Wi-Fi.
Right.
See, this is an Yvie solution. I'm starting to realize that Yvie is just Jack O'Neill.
Yes, I do relate to him a lot in that respect.
Yeah, no wonder you're into him. You see a bit of yourself in him.
I do.
And he's very intelligent, just like you, my love.
Except when it comes to technology.
Exactly, but to be honest, this is a great idea, despite it not working.
Here we go.
This
Doesn't
episode,
Teal go
what
flying
was the
in
budget?
this?
I
Yes,
think
he does.
I think he does a big leap.
He gets burnt. He gets an electrical
Yeah.
burn.
Yeah.
Oof.
Do we know what the budget was for this episode? Do we have it written down somewhere?
Not specifically, no.
Sad. I want to know.
I mean, Star Trek episodes at the time were being produced around 4 million, and Rob said that SG-1 was produced on a fraction of that. So maybe 2
And
million.
they did a
Wow.
great job for that fraction.
They did do an amazing job.
But it's not. I mean, each season got a budget.
Yeah,
so every episode.
Get out of there, buddy.
Oh boy.
It's a little leap. Look.
Oh,
Wee.
Yeah. Cool effect.
So cool. Drama, drama, drama. Yeah, yell. I love when they're yelling.
Shake it off,
poor
Sparky.
Sylar. Down for the
Yeah.
count.
Oh, the effect of the smoke is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, it's
This is a
drawing
whole
energy
episode.
from the other side.
Of us going, wow, cool.
I'm literally sitting on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
I am not. But mentally, I'm with you.
Your mental seat. You're sitting on the edge of your mental seat.
Right. So this is in principle what we do with a 0-point module. It's vacuum energy, derived from
That's true.
subspace. So it's just black holes, just a little bit bigger.
Gary T said Stargate. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Yeah, Stargate's having none of it right now.
Oh, I forgot the effect of the
That's what I was saying.
smoke.
The smoke, that's why
That's
it's cool.
cool.
Because it gets pulled
Yeah,
in.
it's cool, but it wouldn't technically be possible, but it is very cool.
Evie, put down the damn research you did.
Close the iris.
This is so cool. Okay, I'm just so excited. It's the way the iris is about to be like "Ee," when it's trying to squeeze shut.
So gravity cannot come through,
No.
but radio signals can.
Yes. It's got something to do with
because story
the only way
points.
to transfer gravity would be if there's a transfer of mass, which there isn't in this case.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Colin Cunningham.
Yes.
Look at how young he is.
I know. I mean, he still looks
is
fabulous,
handsome,
obviously.
yeah. He hasn't lost any of that charm.
He definitely hasn't. Nor has he lost his majors pins.
No, exactly.
Poor guy.
Although I think on some of the like the Stargate wikis, he's down there as a colonel.
Yes, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm gladly somebody made him a colonel one day. Oh my god, this fight is so hilarious. She's so like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, she's
So
like
rude.
in the middle of a medical emergency.
Yeah.
Gravity, Frank.
Why?
Gravity.
Yes.
Or-
No, that's next season.
That's next season. That's right.
that joke.
Not yet, but I will be. Don't you worry.
Well, technically, it happened, what, 2 episodes ago in Spirits? There was
not
kind
with
of an
Frasier.
alien incursion. Not with Frasier, but
Yeah.
like there was kind of an
No,
alien
you're right.
incursion.
You're right. But
Definitely
they're
an
talking about like a
incursion.
foothold in a foothold way.
Yeah.
And so, and obviously foothold episode is the real big bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So they've already been running this theory up on
So
topside.
cool.
They have.
You
a
know
couple of
what?
times.
If this episode was a book, I'd read it.
Yeah.
It's like its own sci-fi
So is it
novel.
kind
I'd
of
really
a little
give
bit
it
of
go.
bit of an inconsistency here? So Hammond says that they 10 minutes prior they established a
Isn't that
wormhole.
wrong?
But Carter has already mentioned that they've
Yeah.
passed the 38-minute mark.
38 minute window, yeah.
Even with time dilation, that doesn't quite make sense.
You know what I wondered? I wondered if Hammond was like upstairs and the gravity was already affecting it enough that he experienced the time dilation enough to
It's been
where
10
he
minutes
was out
for
of sync.
him. Yeah.
That's what
it
I
could
wondered.
be.
That was my
Maybe.
That's
suspicion.
probably
maybe.
what's going on.
Because Sam's been right in front of that gate, and he's been, a floor above, 2 floors above,
Yeah.
depending on which floor you're on around the gate room. And and I've always made that excuse for myself. That doesn't bother me.
Oh yes, and Siler's first name is Sylvester, apparently.
Yes. Sly
Yeah.
Siler.
So just looking at the chat.
Damn, those muscles on Teal'c.
hmm Simple electrical burns.
Yeah, so these
A few days it might matter.
these gravitational waves being responsible for the base tremors.
Yeah.
So gravitational waves that have actually been detected in real life are from
I was
two
gonna say
merging
yes.
black holes, probably
Yes, this
bigger
happened a few years
than the
ago.
black hole on Stargate. Yep. So
Wasn't
the
it like
black
6 or
hole
7 years
formed
ago?
by I'm not sure when, but it said the
Okay.
black hole formed by a supernova would be
Yeah.
between 3 to 5 times the mass of the sun. They've detected the mergings of black holes bigger than that, between 30 to 50 times the mass of the sun, and the gravitational waves detected were very small.
Well, hopefully nowhere near here.
Yes.
It was just cool that we had the right kind of instruments to detect it, and we could feel we received those waves here, and I think that's so cool.
Oh boy, yeah, this is
Beef.
negative recognition. You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Yeah. Another continent.
Yeah, that's not what Jack's talking about.
Right.
I really like Cromwell. He's like a really great character.
I would have loved an arc with him. Yeah. Yep. He reminds me a lot of
Are you about to say the same thing I am?
Captain Liam Shaw in Star Trek Picard.
Oh no.
So he's just an ass. But I mean, he's been around for a few episodes now.
He's an ass doing his job.
And it's like this character is prickly and great. So what a cool effect.
The way he comes in, it kind of reminds me of the guy that comes in at the end of Stargate Atlantis season 1, who was friends with Colonel Masterson. I really don't remember this character's name.
Of?
Yeah. In terms of attitude and like ex-military kind of attitude,
You
and the
are
way he
relieved,
speaks as
Dr.
well.
Weir.
Yeah.
So the premise that matter is sucked in by a black hole is not like 100% true. So Dr. Becky in her video said black holes are not the hoovers of the universe. So stuff normally orbits around black holes. You'd have to be extremely, extremely close to the event horizon of a black hole for stuff to actually be sucked in.
I love how
and
you're
it's doubtful because of the time dilation.
I love how you're just pulling this episode to pieces.
Yeah.
Much like the black hole.
I'm being analytical.
She's spaghettifying this episode.
Spaghettification.
That's it.
The fields
Such
expand.
a cool idea. Is Sam speaking like really fast for him?
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. Later on, when the locations of the characters, the perspective of the camera is reversed, she's not talking fast. It's just echoes.
Yeah.
Colonel, look out! Colonel! And you hear 2
Don't
seconds later.
pretend you understood that.
The way Jack just nodded.
See, it
He's
may
like,
have been
"Yes,
a
I'm
long
smart."
time, but he remembers how Jack operates.
Literally.
Not yet.
Yeah.
They're black hole adjacent.
Yeah.
Right. We are black hole adjacent. There's so much science in this episode. Whether
This is
it's
such a
correct
there
science or
really
incorrect
is.
science, it's a ton of science.
It's the way Stargate can deliver all this sciencey exposition and keep you in the drama. It's
Poor Amanda
phenomenal.
Tapping.
She's doing a great job.
Oh, she does it well though. And Dr. Becky actually made a pretty awesome point. She said that like later on, it's about 29 minutes and 50 seconds in, Carter explains that the effects from the black hole go against everything she thought she knew about general relativity. And Becky liked this explanation because it explains away like the slightly inaccurate science.
Yeah, that's really
I loved O'Neill's line. I thought you were on the phone. He's in
Yes.
18 hours.
Don't do that.
Which above ground will take days.
Yeah.
I don't think if you blow up the Stargate, it'll change anything.
Yeah.
Oh, the gate would be
Yeah,
intact. Okay.
the gate would be intact. Yeah, I don't think these people have given it as much thought as he's insinuating.
Well, it isn't always like the upstairs people. Their job is to always go, yeah, big bomb. That's the solution. Big bomb. You know? It's always what they want to do, is blow stuff up. What is it Vala says? She wants to build her big ships with the big guns and the big missiles. You know.
Anyone else?
He's
not crazy about him.
Since when did Cromwell have like the codes to?
That's what I was thinking. Like,
Activate
how is he
stuff.
granted codes when he doesn't work in this area?
Yeah, they couldn't have updated the computers that fast, could they? Given the delays,
Mm.
we're going to ignore
I
that.
think it's just going to take his Air Force codes, his Air Force
Okay.
computer codes.
Just
fine.
okay, just a
Accept
general
it.
code.
Yeah.
Okay.
mhm. Yeah. You have your own codes. You have your own.
I thought you
Clearance
just have
codes.
codes, but you'd be granted like different permissions.
Yeah, that's what I
depending on-
thought.
Yeah,
Evie,
depending on where you
you're
work.
splitting so many hairs of this episode.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm
not
agreeing with
you.
the splitting as
No,
well.
it's-
Like I'm
Yeah,
also
my
splitting.
point is she's correct. So
Yes.
yeah, he would have had to have had authorization for this facility.
Yes.
So,
Let's just assume that he was granted special permissions before he
Wait a
entered the
minute.
facility because he
Mhm.
knew that's where he was.
Well, that's what I was
going.
going to
right,
say.
but the computers
but
down
the
below
computers
wouldn't
have
know
updated
that. Yeah, the
because
computers
of
aren't
the
haven't been
time
updated.
dilation because the phone wasn't even connected.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are right. I'm right. Just
We-
blur.
We're all right.
we all need to just enjoy the episode. You know what's
I'm
great?
not enjoying the episode. I love
We're
this
tearing it
episode.
apart, but I think this is still going to be a 6 or a 7, and that's saying something. Like Stargate's able to do so much.
Yep. Well, we also enjoy this. Like, there are some people,
Mhm.
like, I can think of a number of people I could sit down in front of this. They'd be like, this sucks.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not
they're
pulling
so
it apart to be
bored.
negative.
No,
Yeah,
I
I'm
know,
not pulling it
I know.
apart to be
No, we're saying
negative.
you're not one of those people.
I'm just trying to
Right.
be analytical.
Exactly. No, be analytical. I love it.
We're pulling
It's
your
great.
leg.
Yeah.
You
A piece of our leg.
can make me taller then.
Raj Luthra, this is why I like Stargate. They actually have scientific advisors to help write episodes by adding real scientific knowledge and terminology at the time. Well, there are science advisors
most
on this
part.
show, too.
Yeah.
So,
I just want to say I made a bad joke and no one laughed, and I'm sad.
what was the joke?
You said pulling the leg, and I said piece of my leg.
Ah.
This is a piece of my legacy, or a piece of my leg. Thanks for laughing now, guys. I'll take the pity.
Well, we just didn't hear it.
Interesting fact, when Carter declines a donut, so Amanda Tapping appeared
oh
in
my
a
God.
Tim Hortons commercial
That's
back in
right.
the late 80s.
And
this
she
is the
touches
first
it
of
with her fingers.
No,
multiple-
she picks it up and then she
She
puts
does.
it back.
Yep.
This is the first of multiple donut gags in the series where characters are offered and then decline donuts, which I didn't realize until I read that. And I was like, oh yeah, it does happen several
Uh-huh.
times.
Can I just say
It's
that
usually
Evie and
Tilk
I had-
offering them
had some,
donuts.
like,
Yep.
Yeah, Evie and I had some bad times with Tim Hortons when we were in Canada. It was not good. Like the amount of problems we had, the amount
Wow.
of orders that were wrong. I asked for like some sort of like sandwich, like, and I explained clearly what it was,
Wow.
and they handed me a plain bagel, and I
Oh,
went, asked for this.
All right. Yes, everyone.
And you had to
after
wait
this,
like half an hour
YouTube-
for that.
YouTube Amanda Tapping Tim Horton commercial, and it's on
Yeah,
YouTube.
I want to see that.
So
I like that Tilt can't help,
I
but
have
he's gonna
watched
sit
it.
and help her anyway. It's really sweet.
Yeah, well, she just needs a soundboard.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
You can provide a sounding
Yeah.
board.
Sometimes I call my manager and I'm like, John, I need help. My brain no work. I need to just speak until it comes. And then he's like, yeah, just speak at me. So
That is a marker
She's not
version
looking
of the
for
gate room.
advice.
what's that?
It's the gate room
I'm
from
blind.
above with markers
Oh, okay.
Ah.
and gravitational fields.
Look what you said. They're still looking at the screen that Jack told them to turn off. I feel like they left it on because they realized they were in big doo-doo. So they were like, well, I might as well leave it on.
Mm.
Exactly. That's what the big boys upstairs want to do. They love to
Yep.
blow stuff.
They have bombs.
They do.
They're going to
Yeah.
use the bombs. What's the principle? You know, there's the of a theater when there's a gun on the mantle. If there's a gun on the mantle, it must be used before the end of
Yeah.
the play. I forget the name of. Someone can
Oh.
search for it. But,
I haven't heard that, but yeah.
but the
okay.
base has always had a self-destruct device, so every once in a while they have to give it its due.
Use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we never actually see the base blow up until 200.
Mm-hmm,
We were running some kind of promotion.
I mean, we saw an alternate base blow up
right.
in There By the Grace of God.
We were running some kind of promotion years ago as part of the Stargate marketing to visit Cheyenne Mountain, and I included that shot in the video that I was producing. And Jenny came back to me and she said, "No, we can't have that. We can't include a shot of the base blowing up." I'm like, "But it's from the show," and she's like, "No, we cannot do that."
Okay.
Chekhov's gun. Thank you, Owen. Chekhov's gun. That's it.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I should have known that.
The same principle, like if a nuclear device is introduced in a television show or movie, sooner or later it will be used.
Yeah.
Cool animation.
It is cool.
No, big boom, no work.
Come on, use that donut, Sam.
Where is it?
Use the donut.
Yeah. I used this
that
as the
donut
screenshot
power.
for years.
Yeah, it's to her left. She's got 2 donuts there, even though she's not eating them.
Dan Ben, Stargate has military advisors. They still get things wrong. Apparently, somewhere in this episode, Sam salutes indoors. At this time,
Yeah, she
saluting
does.
indoors was still a thing that wasn't changed until a few years later.
Yeah.
I mean, they salute throughout the pilot. It was I forget the year that changed.
Yeah, she salutes Cromwell.
Yes, reference to solitudes. Woo!
Yep, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Yes. The most delicious prop ever.
I really want a donut now.
Yeah, me too.
It's a shame all the shops are closed because it's Easter.
I have donuts that my mother brought me from home.
Well, David, you can't share
I'm going to
them through
have
the
no
bloody
can't.
mic, can you?
Nope.
What kind of donut is it?
Do you know what a long john is?
No.
Yes.
It's like an eclair.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yum.
oh, I love a good eclair.
Ugh.
Want an eclair now?
I've got like food
David.
envy. Food
Me too.
envy.
I'm
All
really
right.
pathetic chocolate.
Oh, he's gonna get sentimental now. I love
exciting.
that this is unresolved.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
it's
They say
not
you were
wrapped up in a
wrong.
nice little bow. That
Yes.
Jack, and that they both end it the way that it does. It's bold.
Mm.
Very dark.
Yeah, his "is it you were wrong" line is like
You thought wrong,
powerful.
yeah.
You thought
Yeah.
wrong, yeah.
Yep.
You thought wrong.
He doesn't want to have the conversation. He's done. He wants to hang on to that anger.
Okay, in this fight, it's likely we were on a break thing, and I'm Team Cromwell.
Mm.
Save the squad. Numbers game.
He's not going to forgive him.
Just
No.
he just wants you to understand what happened, like why he did it.
Well, he kind of in
And
a
he
way
wants
makes
forgiveness
it up
as
to
well.
him.
Yeah, he dies.
Yeah. Or allegedly.
Yeah, he leaves Cromwell behind in a wormhole to a black hole.
That's such a good point.
It's so cool.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. Boom.
So cool.
Oh, got there in the nick of time.
I love that Cromwell's job is like, like Black Ops kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he just rocks up to work one day to deal with a situation like this, and it's like I can't imagine the note he got. Like his boss was like, "Okay, aliens and stuff, we'll see." And then he gets there and it's like, "Oh, black hole in a wormhole. Okay, I didn't expect this today."
Did you notice the thread? It was just as
Yes.
soon as he stuck it up.
Yes.
The stationary.
Yeah.
I love that.
Uh,
So these G suits, so the trousers apparently are filled with inflatable bladders that press firmly into the legs and abdomen, restricting the draining of blood away from the brain.
okay.
Ah.
Oh, that's a good point because they would have passed out otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Good point. Someone's having fun. Hello?
Sorry, my boyfriend's laughing really loudly at video
okay.
games. Please ignore that noise.
Also, this is apparently a high fidelity woofer speaker.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. This was flown in all of 10 seconds ago.
Yes.
It has, in fact, been several days. Wow. Truth of the matter is, yes, we could, but this is so much more cool.
Yeah, because of plot device.
Yep. It's like old times, right, Jack? Oh, yeah, just like old times. I'm sorry, it's a little early, but you notice it's getting redder and redder, the event horizon. We started off with it like steel gray, now it's purple, and now it's I think it gets red. If I'm not mistaken. No, I'm wrong.
I don't remember.
I'm
I don't
thinking
think
of
so.
Serpent's Song when it's red.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
I am wrong, but it's the same effect.
Coming up in about a minute, we see the inverted kawoosh,
Yes.
or the strudel, as it was known in production. And we haven't seen it since the Stargate movie.
Yeah. Yeah, what a good point.
So that, I'm pretty sure, is an image. It may be a green screen, but I know some shots there was an image projection.
Oh, okay.
Like that image of our episode on the Wormhole Extremist page at the moment that you're watching, that is a rear screen projection.
Yes.
If you look really closely, you can tell.
Right.
Dan Benson, I normally skip this episode on rewatches. How could you?
That is like...
That hurts me.
Sacrilege.
Seriously?
I'm offended.
Like, why would you possibly skip this one?
I'd be
Such a
interested
cool
to know
episode.
the
Ben,
reasoning
explain
behind
yourself
that.
now.
Yes, please, Dan Ben, please.
That is...
This
look at
is
that. That is so
this is
cool.
so cool. This is
See,
So
honestly...
that's how it was
I
supposed
guess
to
it's
look
kind of
originally, but the
Ah.
back of the
Budget.
set was so... Right. For budgetary reasons, they had to cut it from the series. So...
Jack's joking.
So apparently,
That's funny. I wasn't...
Becky was saying, Dr. Becky was saying that the G-forces would be the equivalent of pulling about 5 times your own body weight.
Oh, God.
Lord. I want to lose a lot of weight before I start this to give myself a bit extra luck.
You'd want to work on your upper body strength for sure.
Yeah. Here it is.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? What was that? The weird delay.
Incoming. Eee!
Yep.
Oh God.
This is such a
cool.
stressful episode. It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
Cut to pieces.
I just love how they did this, how they managed to do all of this and make it look so good for a 1999 sci-fi show on a budget.
Yep.
Like, Christ, this is impressive. Like, when someone watches this, like one of my friends who like doesn't appreciate good TV, they watch it, they'll be like, oh, look at that. Like, it looks terrible. And I'm like, actually, for 1999, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
What
little
an
bit
effect.
cartoony.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's a bit cartoony, don't you think?
It's the best they could do. And to be honest,
it's
right
fine.
now, look how good it looks.
It's
right
not
now.
important.
Yep.
Looks incredible. Initially, it did look a bit like, oh, but then like it looks phenomenal. And on the budget, amazing.
I love this argument.
He's not leaving you behind,
No,
bro.
he's not going to do it this time. Yeah.
No.
And he's
Oh,
gone.
this is so tragic. Just so
Not
tragic.
quite yet.
Not quite.
But he's
still
on
going.
he's on his way.
He can't hold himself up.
Nope.
And Cromwell.
I think he lets him go. I think he lets go.
Cromwell does let go, yeah.
He does
Yeah.
let go, yeah.
It's like, peace out, bro. Good luck.
Yeah. Wow. How cool is it? That still stands
This is
up.
so
So
tragic.
would the
This is so
would the
good.
traveling through the wormhole have taken longer because of the time dilation?
No idea.
Well, because you're you in your own perspective, I think
Yeah.
time remains I think time remains at its normal speed for your particular perspective.
Yeah.
For the
okay.
outside observer, it changes.
Given that wormhole's going to disengage in a minute, he's like just died on the trip.
Yeah.
At least he didn't get
Yeah.
to. At least he didn't experience all the like horrific pain of like being sucked in.
I
slowly.
guess like we're assuming
yeah.
that he dies, but I mean, did the explosion cause the wormhole to jump and deposit him on another planet?
No,
like, how
he's
long
already
did it
gone.
take him to get through
Yeah,
there?
I think the
yeah.
tidal forces are too much. I think that this is just doing him a favor at this point. If he's even able to reach the other side, just end it now.
Once he's, further enough away, at a certain point, he just gets out of there faster and faster because the time slows down on the
So when
bomb.
we looked at that we looked at that bomb from the top, it did look like a speaker.
Yeah, I was wondering that as well. Yeah, I was looking.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, it sure is.
Hey, you know what? Use what you got to use. Even Star Wars used like one of those brawn razor things for women as like
Absolutely.
a little comms and to detect
Cool.
midichlorians. Whoa! Awesome. This episode is awesome.
I love how it turns into the medical light.
Yeah. Those
Great.
damn shining of the lights in your eyes.
Yes. We had that in the last episode too.
I like that Daniel was minding his own business on some other planet, having a great time. And SG-1 was like, everything was going to end.
Oh,
He had no
he was
idea.
on paternity leave in real life.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing to it.
Oh, see, he just did the slow blink like the Asgard. Or a cat.
He's exhausted.
There's the
Yeah.
The reference to the trinium.
Virus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Spirits.
So do you think that they got that trinium from the Salish planet, or did the SGC find another source?
They couldn't have got. Well, I mean, they may have enough from the Salish planet, but because
Yeah, I'm sure
closed
they
their
found it
gate
somewhere else.
But yeah, they should be starting to come up with.
It would be
more
nice if the
places for it.
Salish gave them a bit of trinium before they left. They were like, here you go, you know.
They
please
may
leave us alone.
have, yeah.
Peace out.
So Dr. Becky in her video basically summed up by saying that she enjoyed the episode and thought it was packed with so much about relativity. And again, she appreciated Carter's comment about the situation going against everything she knew about relativity.
So who's this
Yeah.
Dr. Becky? I mean, we need to give...
Look her up. She's she does these videos where she analyzes,
She
I
on
guess,
YouTube?
sci-fi. Yeah, she's on YouTube.
CKY or
real life-
CKIE?
CKY.
Good
Yeah, it was a really
parenting.
fun video to. It was a very fun video to watch.
We may have to have
So-
her on.
Raj Luthor said, by the way, JWST has detected what may be the oldest known black hole in
Yep.
the universe. It is about 10
Yes.
million times heavier than the sun, and its age is 570 million years after the universe began, so 13.2
Wow.
billion years old, and that is mental. So, black holes are terrifying, cosmic horror, and also really cool and fun.
Digital
So I'm
Space
glad we
Sequence
didn't-
by Lost Boys Studio.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad we didn't skip this one, guys.
That's a matter of time.
Dan Ben said, I did
Right.
say this one I didn't like so much. Is that it? You just didn't like it very much? There's nothing else?
Yeah, I'm very
Gene
intrigued
Tiana!
by that comment. Very intrigued.
2 chevrons? What? Okay.
No.
5 minutes of
Okay,
fame.
let's not
Respect
judge other people's.
I
Let's not.
respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Absolutely. What?
Respect it.
What a great couple of episodes to spend with y'all on this Easter Sunday. This was
Agreed.
really good. Great show, guys. So, that's the most sciencey episode I think that Stargate SG-1 put out. I'm trying to think of a
Right.
more sciencey one.
I mean, McKay's pretty full of science, and there's
Yeah.
some pretty sciencey
Like
ones
this-
that are almost there, but yeah.
This episode is like
Yeah, I
40%
can't think of any.
dialogue technobabble.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
not
it is.
technobabble, you know, but it's because it's
full.
real science, but 40% like explanatory dialogue.
I once rolled
Mm-hmm.
out of bed and watched this episode at like 7 a.m. and I was like, why did I do this? My brain don't work this early in the morning.
That's funny.
It's never too early for relativity.
No,
Definitely
absolutely not.
not. Definitely not. I rocked up to my office at 8 a.m. once and the woman next to me was reading something on quantum physics and I was like, let's talk about that. 8 a.m.
Evie, what dost thou rate it?
Yes.
Ooh, okay. I think I'm gonna go with another 6.
Okay, Nicole?
Yeah.
A 7. It is a 7.
Wow.
It is a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I was either 6 or 7 for both these episodes, and I think this one is definitely, it hits me
Yep.
way more. The power of this episode, it's so damn cool.
Some
And I don't think
great
I've ever
acting.
seen anything in sci-fi like this before or since. You know, not to this degree. So
That's a fair point.
David.
I'm giving it a 6. It's almost a 7, but it's a 6.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, no partial
fair.
chevrons here. So
That's fair.
Yeah.
okay.
Nicole, what does everyone have?
So we've got some backpedaling and nice explanations going on as well. so we've got Lockwatcher. I gave this 7 chevrons, one of my favorites. Yeah, Indiana a 2. Space Cowboy said Dr. Becky is awesome. Nice. Anthony said it's another 6 from me. Raj Luther said I give this episode 6 out of 7. Dan Ben said 2. Becca says 6, and G and Diana said, "Sorry, Nicole, I just don't like it much. I like the science, but felt the script could have been better." That's all right, G and Diana. We have differences of opinion, and I respect you.
Let's table that
and
for a
Owen
second.
Says 6.
Owen says 6. What if we are all just drinking the Stargate Kool-Aid and it is really a poorly written episode? But
Yeah.
we're
I
just
don't know.
blind
I
to
think
that.
I mean, the action gets me as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's action packed all the way through.
You know,
There's no sort of dull moments for me.
It's a base one that's able to be full of so much, and it just shows what they can do on a lower budget in terms of like staying there and restricting yourself with just the facility. And you know, you're saying we drink the Stargate Kool-Aid, or we might be, but like we've all had such differences of opinion on so many different episodes that you might think is garbage, while I think it's very brief candle.
Yeah.
But like I don't think any of us are really drinking the Stargate Kool-Aid. We all just have different
I
experiences.
think we're pretty good
that,
about giving it
being well behaved.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I think we're
earned.
Stargate fans, like really hardcore Stargate fans, but I think that we've watched so much of other things that we're able to gauge a decent balance. And I think the same with the audience as well. Everyone in the audience gives things that I understand. Yeah.
Space Cowboy, a 6 is a good. It hits all the points
English.
for an SG-1 episode. Yeah. I think my definition of action is where people fight in battles and weapons, Dan Ben says.
My favorite,
I mean,
my favorite action is on base, like explosion. Oh, we've got to type fast. Oh no.
Well, I definitely feel a bit of a rush when I watch this episode.
Well, let's break it down. Does this episode have action?
Yes, a different kind of action.
Does it have humor?
Is occurring. Yes,
a little bit. Yep.
Does it have a relatively fast-paced moving story?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
so constantly
sure.
moving.
All right.
Yes.
Absolutely. Does it have good characterization?
Yes. Does it have good
learn
heart?
about Jack. Yeah.
Absolutely. It has a great sequence with Cromwell. You know, I mean, and I love that
the CGI is good.
The CGI for the time it was good.
It's not bad.
There's episode like James Titchener. He came on and we talked about this. He says there are shots in this episode that just really irked him. But he said, you know, there's.
I think he did a great job.
Yeah. So
I
they
think
just did the best that
they
they could. So I think that this is a great show for that. I think it was really fire.
I think
and it introduces Colin.
Yeah, I think this episode, despite
it's
the science, because obviously it's a sci-fi and there's going to be goofs all over the gaff with that, because that's just the way it is. I think that this is a damn near like perfect episode for me in terms of the way that all the characters are interacting, the way that everything is moving. The pace isn't like I'm not sitting there going and I'm like, I kind of want it to go on for longer, even though it's terrible for it to go on so long because it's bad for the characters. I'm like, yes.
Here's the thing: when you're doing such a scientifically heavy episode, you are taking the risk that further into the future that this thing is viewed, you're going to get things wrong. So, in the scheme of things, based on what was going on in 1999, I think it plays perfect. I think it plays really perfectly.
Same, and the way that it's able to deliver all that stuff while still being really engaging, and it's the way that they're able to create drama by just saying the words. Like they don't need these big action set pieces to be like drama. It's we're screwed. These are all the different ways we are screwed. And extra screwed. And you're sitting there like, whoa. And those episodes of Stargate are my favorite when they're sitting in a room going, well, guys, we're all gonna die. A bomb, no work, and that's it. Every episode that's on the base like this is always the same. It's always throw a bomb at it. Bomb never works. Find another solution, and it's always really fun to watch them go from explosion, another
more of a creative solution. Yeah,
it's fascinating to watch them unravel that, and that's one of the things that Stargate is so good at for me is the uncovering the mystery of how they're going to get there. And a lot of the time, the solution's already there based on what we already know from the rest of the show. We just have to find it. Like in season 6, the first 2 episodes, with Anubis and that whole stuff.
We're not spending a lot of
so cool.
time with these characters having more information than they do, waiting for them to come to the realization that we already have.
Yes.
I think that that's one of the things that slows down a lot of modern programming, is that we know something that they don't, and we're waiting for them to get to it. Whereas with SG-1, that's rarely the case. With SG-1, it's like, oh, I didn't think of that way.
That's what's so good.
We're discovering stuff. We're
Because
discovering
you sit
stuff
there
when
and
they discover stuff.
You're not trying to unpick it yourself like a murder mystery. Where you're like, who was it? You're sitting there like, what? I have no idea what it could be, but I'm going to find out with them, and I'm going to be dumbfounded.
And I
when
think
they
a lot
think
of it is because we generally don't have time to think about it because the story is moving so quickly.
Yeah.
So it's like you say, it's not a murder mystery where you're the design of it is a whodunit. So Matt Boland's Constance gave it a 6. Dan Ben says IMDb gives it an 8 out of 10, which sounds right.
Woo!
So Yep, this is good stuff, guys.
Space Cowboy, instructions unclear. Bomb no work. Bomb no work. Bomb never works. Almost, you know.
Almost. This one works.
It works in a different way than you'd expect. Most reaction is
shaped charge kind of way.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's actually a speaker.
I think earlier who said it? So where is it? It made me laugh a little bit, but I didn't say it at the time because of the drama. Someone said they're going to blast Bohemian Rhapsody at the
at the black hole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who
was it? Logwatcher said it.
Oh, that's funny.
That's awesome.
All right, gang.
I approve.
Thank y'all for tuning in. If you haven't liked the episode yet, like it.
Yeah, give us some
we
likes.
can get some further coverage of this, and I appreciate you all tuning in. For those of you celebrating Easter, have a happy Easter. Happy Easter, Yvie.
Yes,
I hope you had a happy Easter.
Yes.
Did you guys have dinner or something?
I had a family affair on Saturday.
Okay.
My cousin came down from up north with her baby, who's 2. So we played dress ups with little baby Frankie. It was good.
Aww.
It was good. Yeah,
Frankie,
I did a couple of animal impersonations.
Girl.
Little girl.
Aww.
Yeah, her name's Francesca.
Oh, that's sweet.
So yeah.
Very good. All right. Guys, yes, Boyd comes back in season 7 as I think Colonel Kirkland in Lost City Part 2. So, yep.
What?
Well, we've got a little while to get there. I didn't realize that either until I saw that comment.
Yeah, someone made the comment earlier. I apologize for.
Yeah, they did.
Maybe that was Lockwatcher. So, all right, yeah, you guys, it was a pleasure. Love to you all. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week. What are we doing next week? I think it's Yvie. I think is it Nicole's least favorite?
Is it one of the bad ones? Stay out or cry.
A false step. I don't know.
No, it's Holiday and Serpent Song. So pretty good.
Oh,
good.
Not too bad.
Great.
Not too bad.
Secondhand embarrassment from Holiday I can live with.
All right.
How does one take a wife? No.
All right, gang. Talk to you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.